Can you see
Yes.
my screen? Okay, so introduction to MACD indicator. The MACD indicator, which means the moving average convergence and divergence, was first introduced by Gerard Appel, an American medical doctor in the late 1970s. It is commonly used in trading to determine trend reversal by analyzing the convergence and divergence of fast and slow lines. In MACD analysis, the most commonly used values are 12, 26, and 9, or known as MACD in brackets 12, 26, 9. Traders often use the MACD indicator to determine the future direction of assets and to identify entry and exit points. So you see why most times we'll say use your MACD so that you'll be on the safe side, for especially those that are trading futures. You might see that a coin is dropping now. You might not know, is this the lowest part of the drop? Has it finished dropping? You want to enter a spot trade or a long trade in future. You might be, if you say, okay, let it just looking at the chart, okay, it has dropped, and maybe it has dropped enough, so let you just enter it with trigger price. You see that immediately you just enter it, the coin might still go down again. But if you are using this MACD, it helps to determine the direction of assets. You understand? So if you, that's why you see sometimes for those using MACD, you see MACD is waiting for the conditions to be met. Once you use MACD, it must make sure that the condition for entry has been met. And we are going to discuss about it. What are the conditions for MACD to start a trade? You understand? Okay? So that is just the importance why traders is advised. Traders often use MACD indicators to identify the future, to determine the future direction of assets. Okay? So we have the difference, that is the first line, the DIF. So when I open the chart, we are going to also look at the DIF, we'll look at the DEA, we'll look at the MACD golden cross, and we'll look at the MACD dead cross. So the DIF, which means the difference, the first line, often referred to as the MACD line. In our RoyalQ is the golden line, is the yellow line. That is the first line, okay, which is referred to as the MACD line. It is the difference between the short-term exponential moving average and the long-term exponential moving average. Okay, the second one is the DEA, which means the signal line. It's also called the slow line. It is in RoyalQ, it is the purple line. That is the DEA. Okay, it is the exponential moving average of the MACD line. So the slow line is the exponential difference, the exponential moving average of the MACD line. You understand? So the two works, they move side in side. So one is the exponential moving average of the second, of the main MACD line. Okay, which is the exponential moving average of the MACD line. Okay, so we have the MACD bar chart. The difference between the MACD line and the slow line, the difference between the fast line and the slow line, used to show the disparity between the two. Okay, then we have the MACD golden cross. Okay, occurs when the MACD line, that is the first line, that is the DIF, that is the first line, rise and crosses the signal line. Okay, so when the MACD line, which is in RoyalQ, it is the yellow line, when it crosses the purple line, we said and crosses the signal line. Okay, and crosses the signal line, slow line, and the MACD bar chart changes from negative to positive. That is the golden cross. You understand? It means that when the golden line, when that MACD line, which is the yellow, crosses rise, as in the line rise and crosses the rise, means it's coming from down, it's rising, it's going up, and crosses the signal line, which is that purple line, which is also which is called the slow line. You understand? The aka DEA. And the MACD bar chart changes from negative to positive. That is from down to up. Remember when we say -0 greater than 0, minus, when we say lower than 0, lesser than 0 and greater than 0, lesser than 0 is the negative. So when it moves from the negative to the positive, positive means greater than 0. Okay? This indicates a price reversal and gives a weak to strong signal, usually interpreted by the market as a buy. So when you see this kind of thing happen, when you see this, the MACD line, which is the yellow line, rise and crosses the purple line, and the MACD bar chart changes from negative to positive, it indicates that price has started reversing. So price has started going up. You understand? So that is for the MACD golden cross. Then we have the MACD death cross. Occurs when the MACD line, that is the first line, drops and crosses the signal line, which is the slow line. That is when the yellow line now drops. That means it's coming from up. It now drops and crosses that purple line. Okay, and the MACD bar chart changes from positive. It's coming from the up region. It's now cross to the down region. That is positive to negative. This indicates a price reversal and gives a strong to weak signal, usually interpreted by the market as a sell. So when you see that kind of thing happen, you know that yes, markets, the coin wants to go down. So it's what this one is only for future traders, not spot. So golden cross is for both sports traders and futures traders, but the death cross is only for futures traders. That is only them that make profits when coins are going down and when coin is going up. But a spot trader only makes profits when coins are going up. Okay, so this is the definition. You can see where they cycled the first one. The first one represents the upper golden cross. So we have the upper, this golden cross and the death cross, they have the upper and the lower. You understand? The cycle one is showing when something that happened, the golden cross happened at the top. You can see in this diagram now, the pink shade, which called the light blue. The light blue is represented as the MACD line. You understand? So cycle one represent the golden cross, the upper golden cross, which is the golden cross occurring above the zero line. So that golden cross, that place that they circled as circle one, it's a greater than zero golden cross. Is a greater than zero golden cross. You can see the light blue line moving and crossing from down, and is crossing the purple one and is going up. But it happened, that cross happened at the greater than zero, the upper region that is greater than zero. Okay, so this cycle, then let's move to cycle two. Cycle two represents the upper death cross. death cross, which is the death cross occurring above the zero line, which also means greater than zero. The death cross, you can see the MACD line, which is the light blue from up. It now cross the purple, that is the slow line. Now cross it down, and it happens at the top. So we call that one the upper death cross. You understand? When it's happening, when the MACD line is from the up dropping down, we call it death cross. Okay, now let's go to the cycle 3. It represents the lower death cross, which is the death cross occurring below the zero line. So this one is the one that happens below. When death cross, when you see the MACD line at the bottom, at the lower region, also from the up, crossing, still dropping, crossing the purple line. When you see it also drop to cross it down, it's called the death cross that is happening in the lower region. Then the cycle 4 represents the lower golden cross, which is the golden cross occurring below the lower region. Okay, so I hope we are following. If you are following, please just write 1. Then I don't know who can tell us who have been following to, out of this cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4, which one is best? Which signal is strong to enter a long trade? Which signal, when you know that if you want to put them 100%, which one should enter, that you will see that is happening, that you say you are very confident that is good, let me say it's good to enter for a long trade? So those that are following, is only one person that is following. Say if you are following the class, let's see 111. Type 1 on the chat. Is it only one person that is? I hope I'm audible. Okay. So is there anybody that is going to answer my question? This cycle 0, cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4, which one you want to enter a long trade now, or a spot? You want to enter a spot trade? Let me see. If we don't have any answer, we'll continue. Maybe I'll answer the question again. Okay, cycle 4. Okay. So let's go. So cycle 4, nice one, because it has been overbought. It has been oversold. So it will start going up. That is from the down. It's happening at the lower region. So you are expecting it to, from the lower region, to go up. Let them start buying it. So that is why it's best to enter a long trade or a spot trade at cycle 4. Okay, we'll still come back to that. MACD settings, MACD trigger. Currently, only I've explained this one. The golden cross is for spots and features long. Spots and features long. But the death cross is only for features short. You understand? The death cross, when coins want to start falling, this one predicts when coins want to start falling. So it's only for features, people that are trading features short, that use the death cross. But for, you see, the golden cross, both you as a sports trader, the feature, if you are trading features for long, that is the golden cross you focus on. Okay, so we have the line trigger, okay, above or below the zero line. So this one is just showing the line trigger. It means at the zero now. So when it's above, it can either be at the upper or at the lower. Okay. Okay. So that is what is explained. That one is explaining. So let's go to the pros and the cons of using indicator triggering. I hope we are following. Okay. So the pros: lower risks when entering the market. This one is very, very important. You see, when I started, when I started futures and I started with MACD, as in all the trades I entered, looking at the charts was, it will delay, it will delay. But once it enters, no unnecessary waiting, no unnecessary waiting time, no floating loss. You understand? No long waiting, because it will peak at the best time. So lower risks when entering the market. You wouldn't need to predict the best buying time, reducing the risks of missing entry opportunities. You know, without indicators, you might say, this is a good opportunity. Like in the morning today, I saw sun. It has dropped. And I said, I've looked at the trend line. This coin will start going up. I just say, let me go and enter. Immediately I enter, this coin reduced by more like 7% down. I had since morning, it's just this evening, that coin now started going reversing and sold. But if I have used MACD to start that trade, it will not start it at that time, because MACD will know that the coin is still falling more, it's still going down. Okay, so the number 2 is emotionless decisions. When you use the indicator, there's nothing like making using your emotions to make decisions. No. Once you put MACD, it works with the condition before you. That's why you say sometimes you might enter a trade and all through one day the trade will not start, because it has not the MACD condition has not been met. So it helps you. It helps that your money, your capital is staying with you. You understand? It will keep you from unnecessary floating loss, waiting time. Okay? So the coin that is the disadvantage. Okay? Not suitable for rapid market movements. You see that moving train. Sometimes it will favor. Sometimes greed will come. Sometimes, like this magic, in my magic trade I was in, this magic trade, when I saw the signal, it's a trigger signal. Once you see it, you enter immediately. Once I saw that magic, I entered it and I made $2.7 immediately, because of I was not using MACD. I made sharp money. Greed now made me to enter it again. I saw it came down. So I say, okay, it's down. Let me enter it again. So I will make that fast $2.7 immediately. Before you know, till today, that coin is around 70 divided by 5, because my leverage is 5. So 70 divided by 5. That coin has dipped 14% down. Today makes it 3 days. I'm still in that trade because of emotion. Because I entered it, I want to make that fast, and greed. So the disadvantage is that if I use MACD, I won't have entered that magic. Even if I start the magic coin, that trade, it will not start. So not suitable for rapid market move, because that coin was a fast moving train. It was pumping rapidly and it was dipping rapidly. So MACD will not be suitable for that rapid market movement. If the market price is moving straight up or down and the strategy hasn't started or has just taken profit, it may not, for those that are using it on cycle, it may not, once it gives you your sell and gives you profit, it have to wait for the condition to be achieved again before it will start another cycle. You understand? It may not meet the conditions of the indicators for buying, that is for spot, or futures long, or selling, which is future short. This could result in missed profit opportunities. So sometimes those that are using MACD for spot, you say, so I missed this coin did not activate this trade for me. I missed this profit. So some people might say, this MACD is slow. I'm not making enough profit. It's slow. But your capital is intact. Their capital is intact. because MACD might delay before it will start a trade. But once it starts a trade, you know that you will not wait long because of it will try to have entered at the best possible price. So that is it. That is the theories part. So I don't know if we have any question before we start looking at signals. Let's see. Is there any question? Please, you can unmute yourself and answer questions, please. So you can see our MACD is down here. You can see the lines. You can see the DIF. You can see the DEA. The difference, which is the yellow, it is the fast line. You can see the DA, which is the slow line, and you can see the MACD, which is the MACD bar chart. Okay? So, is there any question? You can see the first cross there was death cross. So it crossed and it started going down, 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 down. The second cross there, okay, the first one was an upper death cross. The second cross is a low, is upper golden cross. So you see that this upper golden cross is not, you see that when I answered that question, the person picked 4, the cycle 4. This one now, because of you see that this this golden cross happened at the upper region, is not good, it's not advisable, it's not the best. Your golden cross should happen at this negative, the below, lower than 0, this region, the downward, the lower region. That is best for golden cross. Then the death cross. So if you have entered this trade at this, if you set MACD and it activates this trade at this first cycle, this first cross, the death cross, you see that you will still be in profit. If it's 1%, the trade must have gotten the 1% for you. Yes, that is from here. It happened at this place. So it has even gotten more than this 1%. This one is another. This one is another 0.6. That is 1.6. So you can see if it's 1% you want, once you put your MACD, you get it. You understand? You get it. Okay. So is there any question? Please, you can always unmute yourself to ask. Please, is there any question? Hello, is there any question? So do we understand the MACD for both futures traders and our sports? Do we have a better understanding of the MACD now, the golden cross and the death cross? Please, if you have any question, please, you can use the chat or you can just unmute yourself and ask, please.
Good evening, my able leader.
Good evening.
Please, I have a question on future.
Okay, go ahead.
The TP and the stop loss. You know, in RoyalQ, they don't used to. I don't know. They don't used to input the TP and the SL. But are we going to input that in Binance? Because I don't really capture the. So I don't know how the thing works.
Okay. In RoyalQ.
Because there was a signal they dropped this morning, and they were asking about TP and the SL. So I was like, where are we going to put this in RoyalQ now? Are we going to put that in Binance? I don't know.
Leader Abiola, I don't know if Mr. Abiola is here. That is our aim. We are, in as much as we are teaching trading view, we should try to relate it with the business we are into. In RoyalQ, we don't set stop loss because RoyalQ, the basis of RoyalQ is the margin configuration.
Yes.
RoyalQ, when you implement good margin calls, which RoyalQ advised, which is the key of using the AI robot, it helps to give you enough maintenance, help to maintain your margin. As the coin is going against you, margin calls are being bought. As margin calls are being bought, liquidation price is extending. Liquidation price is extending. So that is why you will see I'm on a trade for 3 days now. Today they said so many more people liquidated. I saw results that in that time coins was dipping, coins was going down. I got reports that so amount has been liquidated in the market, but my trade did not liquidate. Why? It was buying my margin calls. So you see that in using the app, you have more advantage than when you are trading manually. The trade has gone down by 14%. It's showing 70 now. So if I divide, my leverage is 5. So it has gone down by 14, but my liquidation price continues to be is extending my liquidation price as the robot continues buying my margin calls. So we don't set SL in the RoyalQ. That signal came from trading view analysis and all that. But I've told the umbrella to stop posting that SL because we are using the robot to trade, so we don't need SL. The only thing he will replace it with, please buy so to cover 10, 15. That is how other signal providers in RoyalQ do put it. Use a margin call for this signal that can cover 15%. So that as it is dropping and your robot is buying the margin calls, your liquidation price is extending. So it will keep you safe from any liquidation as far. But you will not even be talking about liquidation price will be far if you use MACD to enter. So I don't know if I answered your question. Then take profit. There's where we used to put take profit now 2%. I know he later the Oshari told him to correct it. So he now puts the take profit percentage. In RoyalQ, we just put the whole position, the whole whole position take profit ratio. That is where you put our take profits. We put it there in percentage. So that is it. Okay. So do you have any other question? Please, you can unmute yourself and answer your question, please.
Okay, good evening, Judge. I just wanted to add to the question that was asked. The question has been answered very well. That's why we use RoyalQ. But if you still want to make use of the stop loss feature, I think the sell on RoyalQ you can make do of that. There's a sell there, and you can also input the amount you want the robot. That can serve as stop loss. There's where you see sell, you can input the amount you want that coin to sell at. It's just an addition, but the judge has perfectly answered that. But I'm just adding to that. If you so need the sell or stop loss feature, you can use that. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have any other question? Do you have any other question? As in trading with RoyalQ is the best, both for features. There's a trade I entered, Sun, as in, hey, It was, even if I didn't use MACD, I just entered it and it was buying my margin call. It bought, my first call was 3.5 drop, my margin call 3.5. Second call was 4% drop. So that coin dropped by 7%. 7 times 5, my leverage, it's 35. So it drops to 35%. 35%. And before you know it, I was already seeing minus $15, as in minus $15. That is my capital. The money inside the trade has reduced by minus 15. I just left it because I have margin calls. Let it just be buying. But before you know, this evening, the coin just started going up. And the important thing, imagine, because of those margin calls it bought, my average price has also reduced. My entry price has also reduced. So you see, that is how I took 2 point something percent. That is 2 times 5. That is 2 point something times 5. That is around 11% plus profits I took from that trade this evening. Okay, so do we have any other question? Okay, we have question on the chat. Question: I started a futures trade with margin calls yesterday night on MACD. I noticed this morning that it dipped without buying my margin. The button was put up. I started a futures trade with margin calls yesterday night on MACD. I noticed this morning that it dipped without buying my margin. Yeah, this is your question. You did not arrange it well. You started it with MACD. Has the trades have MACD activated the trade? If yes, I noticed this morning that it dipped without buying my margin call. Have it reached your margin, your first margin call? Your first margin call, what was the is it 3.5 deep? Remember, everything will be multiplied by your leverage. So if you put 3.5 as your reduction, if you put 3.5 by your reduction, your first margin 3.5, it means if your leverage is 5, 3.5 times 5, that is 3 point, let me see, 3.5 times 5. So it will buy your first call when your coin has reduced, when your unrealized loss has gone down to minus 17.5. That is when it will buy your first margin. So, and you now said the button was put off. Then the button was put off. Your times, do you have your spare money? How many times did you put? How many times did you put? And do you have the USDT available in your futures wallet? Do you have the money your robots should use to buy your margin in your futures wallet? So it's just the same thing. So just check all these things I said, and you will know why your margin calls did not buy. It's just the same thing like the spot we have been using. So you can also share it with me on WhatsApp, so I will look at it well. Okay. So do you have any other questions? Do you have any other question about today's class? Is a practical class, so, and I don't know why we are not getting questions. We are not getting more questions in today's class. Today's class is a practical class. Or do we already know what MACD is? So I believe we can now. Yesterday we did 3 settings. Today we have done how to identify a trade that wants to go up and how to identify a trade that wants to come down using the MACD. So I believe we can easily go through. Okay, let's see. Since we still have time, let's see if we can. Let me see if I can pick a trade. Okay, this one is undecided. Let's see. So let's see the one that is about to. I want to enter a long trade. Most coins fed today, so I want to enter a long signal. Okay, let me just go to my sweet coin. It's a coin that has been giving me profits since 2 days now. Okay, so let me see if we have any. Okay, so we can see instead of Oga that was from down, the golden cross has already happened. The golden cross has happened and it started going up, but it has started coming down. You understand? So it's not sharp for MACD. So let's see. So this is how you'll be checking. You'll be checking, and it's good to enter a trade that is about to cross or is just crossing. Let's say a trade that is just crossing or that is about to cross. Can we see leaders in the house, please? Those I can see joking my boss joking links. If we have any coin that is about crossing, please just help me search, please. Is there any cross that is about crossing? This one just did though, but this one has crossed already. Is there any coin that is about crossing? Please help me search so we can use it as an example. That is about crossing, golden cross. I want to enter a long trade. That is about crossing. Since we have time and we don't have questions, so that is why I want us to do the practical. And remember, I've isolated all these coins in my Binance. So for those that want to do features, you must first isolate your coins in your Binance before you start trading them. So you must not do it all at once. You can start anytime you're doing your spare time. You can easily open it and do some coins. So just any coin you change the margin to isolated, you can just favorite it so that you will know that yes, any coin that is favorite, you have already changed it to isolated. So I hope our leaders, those trading features, I hope you are also searching with me, please. Let's just pick a golden cross, about to happen, so we can set the MACD. So those that attended yesterday's class and today's class, I believe you have the knowledge now to be able to open your app, check for trades. At least with this MACD, as a spot trader, even if you are not a futures trader, as a spot trader, you are able to enter, set your trade settings depending on the capital you have. If you have 300, 400, and you say, okay, you are able to set $100 capital or 150. If you have 450, you're able to set 150 trading settings for your capital. So you can come and pick 3 signals and put them on MACD. Then you can go your way. As far as just you are setting it for 1% profit. Please don't be greedy. I just like picking my 1%. Since I'm using the $50 for my features, the $50 trade settings that have my $30 as my first buy. Then the remaining 20 is used for margin calls. At least that $30 I'm using as my first buy times 5, it will be 150. At least $150 as my first buy is not bad. At least if I take 1%, it must be $1 point something dollars. $1 point something dollars if I take 1%. Then if I say let me be greedy and take 2%, it will be from 2.5 to 3% profit. Be 3.5 to 4% profit, because that trade has sold. Then if your trade buys margin calls and all your $50, remember, all your $50 times 5 will be $200. Then imagine what 1% of $200 will be. That is why I just love futures. I love futures. It is risky if you are trading it, but if you start using the MACD, the indicators to set your trades, you will know, you will feel comfortable. You understand, since you have your margin calls and you are using MACD. So what we have here is a wonderful and amazing tool. What we have here is an amazing tool that if you pay attention to this lecture, if you pay attention to these lectures yesterday, today, and our technical analysis class, just 1 week, after the 1 week, you see yourself doing your practice. You'll be doing your practical yourself. You'll be picking your signals yourself. Leader jokingly, please, is there any signal yet? Have you seen anyone? It's like all these ones, they are having the same, they have all cross. Like all these ones, they have all cross. Because the dip today was kind of general. All coins went down. Some coins have pulled up back, while some are still down. They don't want to follow their mate and go up. But most people, they enjoy it though. You know why I love futures? Most people, as they saw that coins are going down, they were just entering short trade. Some people made more than $10, $20 profit, $30 profit today. Because since coins were dropping now, you will not even set 2% profit. You set 3, you set 4. Because see now, this one now like this, all these things are dropped today. This one is 3%, almost 4. If you set with all this dropping, this percentage now is more than, let's say, is more than 10% drop. See now, 10%. 10%. So you see in futures, both ways, market is dropping. People are you just enter your shorts. As coins are going down, you are making profits. Coins is going up, you are making profits. Coins are coming down, spot trader will just be silent, because they will not be, except those that are buying margin calls, that have enough margin calls, and what they will be making is just small money. But future trader will make big money because they have leverage. So you see, sometimes you check and you get tired and you just say, I beg, maybe in the next 1 hour or 2 hours, you come and check again. Maybe that time a new candle under 4 hours would have started. So market might change position. So that is how we do sometimes to find signal. Most of all these coins have crossed. If you go and set MACD now, you wake up tomorrow, that trade have not started. Most of them have fallen. MACD is good when it has not crossed. So it will just be there. If the coin does not want to cross and it's still going down, MACD will not start that trade. So it will help you to buy at the best price. It will make sure that the coin has finished falling. Oh, it has started going up and it has crossed. Once it crosses like this, MACD will just pick. It will just activate the trade. So please, who is also checking with me now? Have you seen? Hello, I hope I'm audible.
Somebody mentioned Atom, ATOM. Check the chat box.
Okay, Atom. ATOM. Is it for sports or for futures? ATOX or OM? Atom. Atom USDT. Okay, Atom. Okay, it's like it's a sports. So let's see. Atom, it has crossed now. It has crossed already. I mean, if I don't like trading spot again, at least if I trade futures, if I manage to get $7 in a day, I can withdraw it sharp. The $7 is more than 10K. I can get urgent 10K. Once I trade like 7 signals, and God help me, they are just picking and selling, $1.2, $1.2, and I just make it like that. I just make it like that. You can see this one is just that trade I was telling you about, 3.9. At least this one is more than 5,000. Tomorrow now I will sell this 3.9. That is the 5,000 I will use to go to work tomorrow. So that is how I do. At least if I trade today now, this night, and let me make it $5. Tomorrow I will just sell it. If it's sports now, is it $100 I will use to make $5? Before you know, I will enter which floating loss that I will have to wait. But this one, say, look at the floating loss I'm waiting for. This one now, what is here is around just $45 or $43. That is what I'm waiting for. But if this one say, I will make plenty money once it's say. So you can see my liquidation price has been extended. See, it was not this 0.22. It was not this 0.22. We need, as it's buying margin call, buy margin 1, buy margin 2, buy margin 3. It was still extending my liquidation. So that is why the dip that happened today, it did not get to my 0.22 liquidation price, because as my robot was buying margin call, my liquidation price was still extending. So I'm just praying that this coin will do magic. It will do magic and pump, serious pump. This kind of serious pump that happened. I know the coin does this kind of pump. If this kind of pump just happened now, this kind of pump, and it always happen in the midnight. So this is around 10 in the night, 11:30. So just say I will just sleep and wake up in the morning now, I will see that kind of thing will just repeat. So do we have any? So that is features. That is features for you. But if you say now, I might get $5, $6 like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask this. Okay, the long means that is when the price is going up. Why the short means when the price is going down.
Yes, short is when you predict that the price will go down. Then a long trade is when you predict that price will go up.
Great, thank you.
So is it that we are not seeing any coin that has this golden cross? Eh? Is it that all the old coins have recovered sharp? Every coin has recovered. Why did I even stop sef? Let's see one now. This is 9:32. If we don't see, we'll just end the class like that though, since there's no question. I wanted us to see, at least let's do practice. Yeah. Eh? My course fell down today. I like using 15 minutes. This one is 4 hours time frame. They are still predicting that it will still fall. Wow. Market recover. Please do. Yes, since okay, this one is almost going out. I like using 15 minutes. So I will not just waste my time. Ah, so there's no question. I hope you understand what.
Will you encourage newbie to start futures, or you will allow him to? How long will you expect him to have stayed before he start doing futures?
I will encourage newbie to start features after attending the class and to start with small amount. $5 as your first buy amount. You can start with $20. That is 555. 555. 3 margin calls. First buy $5. Leverage should not go more than 5x. Because if you don't do practice, whether you stay 1 year, 2 years, you will still, the first time you start it, you will still start it as you will still do practice. Nobody can be 100% correct, even when you know how to plot the graph. Sometimes markets will go against you. That is why they have stop loss. Here in RoyalQ, we have margin calls. So I will advise that use small money to start first. Don't be greedy. Follow principle. Don't be entering moving train. Look at moving trains here. Let me show you moving trains. Okay, look at moving trains here. You see this coin that have done 71%. Someone will now drop the signal for it. You will now rush and enter. Especially when there are sometimes coins will just be going up. They are moving trains. You don't near them. You don't near them as a new beginner. Though they will give, if you enter at a good time, they might give you big profit too. But greed might make you to enter it. And immediately you enter, you will just see coins will just drop by 10%. You just see floating loss, and your head will just swell up, because it will not take up to 5 seconds. You will just see -10. You will just get
Eh, but,
liquidated because your capital
but
is
but
small.
but when you are doing that, you can also I think this the RoyalQ has you can immediately switch to short now.
If you have
Or
capital now, if you have more capital now,
okay, so you can switch to short from long to
you
short.
can you not switch. You can open both long and short trade at the same time. That is hedge. You have set it
Okay.
already in your Binance, so you can activate hedge. So if you see that this trade is going down, okay, let me enter at a time. It's not that It's not like me now. It will not make sense that I want to open a short trade now because it has gone down plenty. But if this trade was on maybe minus 5%, and I say, okay, I've seen the chart that this coins is going down. No, I can say, okay, let me put shorts. So by now that this thing is showing minus 31, I must have made like minus $20 from shorts. I might decide that, okay, let me close the trade. So you see, if I've made $20 from shorts, I'm only cutting loss of 10. Or if I made 20, I am only cutting loss of $11.6. So in futures, we do cut loss. So if I have made, like the day I made $16, I cut loss of $6.04 on $6 that day. So you see, I made 16 in profit, but I've cut a trade loss. I cut the loss so that it will not increase. So I cut it because I was not patient, and the chart has the chart has changed. The movement have changed, so I have to cut it. But
This
sometimes too, you might be wrong to cut a trade, and immediately you cut it, the trade will start going your way. So that is emotion. If you have used MACD to enter a trade, you will not be having this emotional decision to take. You understand?
this one, yeah, this magic now you have over $212 now. Is it the two? Is it that now the 212? Is it the whole money you are using, or is just part of the one the leverage you also have to?
I started this trade with is it 20? Let me see. Okay, it's $10 is my $10. $30 my first buy. No, 10. And $10 is my first buy. Then it's the margin configuration is times 2. So I started with $10. Then I now do the first call bought times 2 of my $10. That is 20. So I had 30, 35, 40, 45. So I have 45 in the trade already.
Okay, and then you now have
So
like
for
two one
the remaining
212.
money, is the what Binance borrowed me.
Okay, it's sweet. The delivery is sweet too.
So what I have here is out of these $212, my own money there is just $45.
Hmm. So imagine you have like you are using like 500. You now use 500, man. It will give you like five. They can give you up to 500, then 5,000 with that too.
Depending on your leverage now. If you use 5, it will
I mean,
be
that's just maybe 2,500.
yes, that is times 5.
Hmm.
So since we are not able to get any this thing, I would have loved to enter.
Maybe because some people don't understand what's the meaning of the golden cross. That's why they are not able to throw more light to it.
No, they should who does not, and they did not ask question.
Like
Well,
it's class now.
Golden Cross, we explain that theory, we did theory and practical. Golden Cross is here now. Let me just, okay, you can see my screen.
Mm.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, this is Golden Cross.
Now, funny
So
enough, some people will be okay.
this is Golden Cross at the bottom, and is the best place to pick a long trade. But
Hmm.
sometimes other forces of the market will now make the coin to do death cross immediately. But with time, it will still do the golden cross again and start going up.
Okay.
So that is just it. So we'll be calling it a day. We'll be calling it a day. I want to appreciate. I don't know if any leader have anything to say.
Did I also have something to say?
And are you you feel Leader Oshe have something to say? Leader Oshe, do you have anything to say?
Did I say I have anything to say? If
You
that
heard your voice.
have not called me, if you have not called me on Zoom every day, no rest.
Don't you enjoy at least? Yeah, you should enjoy your voice now. Shoot. After all, we are not paying money for it.
So, Temi, did not even tell me that there's a question. I'm just saying it. Please, can you take a screenshot to indicate? Okay, I've done that already now.
I didn't know that you've seen it now.
Okay, but I've done
I,
that, Shay. I did that when
I,
I used the cycle to indicate the golden cross. Also, remember golden cross is about to cross. So before that, a yellow line cross the purple line from the bottom. That is golden cross from the bottom. That is when you will set up your MACD. Okay, so please, we have normal our Zoom class tomorrow by 8:30. Please let's endeavor to come early, 8:30 sharp.
just the
Eh?
the new beans. I know as the way you're carrying the futures, all of them, all the new beans, as the new beans that are joining, are like it seems the future, that's where the money is. That's where the money is. So some of them, some of my new team members are kind of want to start futures. Oh, some of them when they start, I say, why don't you? They say they want sports first. Now the way like they're just like, oh boy, they say, oh boy, they started reach out to me and that say they said that, oh boy, since the money is in the future, so the money is in the future. So and also me too, I'm also surprised when they just say I'm in love with futures now. I'm like, oh,
No, the money is in futures. Oh, I will not lie. The money is in futures. We pray that our winning will be bigger than our loss, so that when you do balancing, you still see your profits. The money is in futures because in both ways you are winning. Like today now, I know some people that when they saw the market was dipping, they just entered shorts and they made good profits. Me, I would have made good profit today too if this magic is not with my money. Some people that have big money, they have capital, so they always have spare. Futures now, it will just settle you fast. It will settle fast. And futures profit is kind of bigger than sports profits. Futures now, if you are contented with futures, once you make $3.9, you say, okay, let me just enter one more signal. You enter, you make with your capital, you make $10. You will stop. But for you to get $10 in sports in few hours or in a day that you can just withdraw, it might be difficult. Because like today now, those that entered sports trades today, I don't think their trade have sold out, that they are able to make $10 today. Those that enter sport, because markets crashed. And if you set your margin calls now, you'll be using $10 to buy. 1.3% of $10 is how much? Even if you want to use $15 to buy your margin calls, 1.3, because you want to use small percentage for your sports margin calls times $15. Let's say you even use $15 to buy each of the margin. So it's 0.9. 0.9. If I even use $10 with 5% leverage and take 1%, I will get more than this 0.1 just from a single while you are waiting for coins, your margin cost to be bought, so it will start giving you small profits. Me, I will get this money if I short that same trade. I will get more than this 0.1 just with $10 on a 5% leverage. So the main thing is that they should just go through our first Zoom meeting, understand what features is, the explanation. I think so far it's only 3 meetings we have done, just 3 Zoom. Then we have the videos, how to set up your Binance, what to do in your Binance, and how to fund your. You can always start small. They can always start with $20, $30. We have settings for $30. They can always start small, and they should always start with the MACD, the indicator. When I started recently, I started with the MACD. You understand? When I was even using MACD to trade, there was nothing like me cutting my loss. There was no loss when I started MACD. I was enjoying it. This cutting of loss started when I started picking this, moving with this signal, these fast moving coins that are pumping, top gainers coins that will just pump 70%, 60, 80, 90. You just enter, before you know, it will drop. So that was when I started doing this cutting my loss. But if you want to follow the MACD signals, I don't think you will enjoy it. So that is all I will say. So just advise them to attend the class, get the knowledge, then before they start, and they should start small. They should only fund $20 or $30 in their futures wallet. You understand? And start practice. You must do practice. You must do practice. Someone will say, I'm afraid. Start with what you can lose and do the practice. Then when you know that you are good, or you can pick that MACD settings now, and it delivers, you make profit, you have the confidence. That is how you start now. Then you can increase to $50. You can increase to 70. You can increase to 100. And you'll be making profits. With my $100, I don't think I have. How it's very rare to use $100 and enter a spot trade and make 16 or $20 in a day from that $100. Because how will you do it?
10%, I be 10%.
How will you even set the yourself if you come now with $100 in your spot? Who will give you signal and tell you to set it 10%? Who will give you signal in sports and tell you there's no, you see 1.5%, highest 2% in your spot, and you will not even use that $100. You will not use the $100 as your first buy. You use it that $10 or 15, and check how many trades you have to take. If the signal is good and the robot is not buying your margin calls, you'll be only making that let's say 2% on $10 or $15. So check the profit and check how many times you will have to trade when you will not see one coin that will hold you down all through the day safe. And you might not even make profit for 2 days because that coin is down. And you will not use the remaining $85 because you know that the robot will be using them to buy your margin calls. You cannot use them to enter another coin. So you see that your $100 is being budgeted for that coin. So you have to wait and be enjoying your sub profits, which will be coming small. So that is it. We have spent more time. I think we'll call it a day. We'll meet tomorrow by 8:30. Thank you and good night.